In today's Clash Royale video, we are reacting to a video which is really interesting. I was thinking about like doing a video about that, but I saw Havoc Gaming doing a video, 8 Clash Royale mistakes Supercell wants you to forget. Currently, we are all on the Supercell hate train, as I feel like, or like most of the community is on a Clash Royale hate train. So I think we're gonna take a look at this video, and also the video description or the video link is for sure in the description. So also make sure to check him out, give him a fat thumbs up, write him a nice comment, subscribe to the channel. Really nice guy, and I would say let's directly jump into that. I'm really interested to see which kind of mistakes we see, if I can like recognize them, if I like even remember them, since also some of them were really some time ago. I would say it's directly jump into that, and yeah, I just hope it will be really funny.
Since January 2016, millions of players have enjoyed playing Clash Royale. After all, it's a great competitive game, and without it, where would I be, you know? But Supercell doesn't go without its flaws. There's been a few times where it's been put on the spotlight for its huge.
I don't know, like the video is 2 years old, so I think like the level, or like the, how was it called, guys? The, not the gem rush, the level 15 or like the level 14 update, when they like kind of did like 50% of all of that. I don't really remember the name, I just forgot it, but there was a huge scam. Ah yeah, Slash Royale, absolutely insane.
Huge mistakes. And, well, here's 10 of them. Before we begin though, just a disclaimer, this video is in no way meant to be hateful. Alright? I love Supercell. Their game is fun, I play all of them pretty much, including Heyday. And they're a great company, regardless of my, 30 episodes of hate series. I still enjoy their games, and they're just the best. So, you know, just clearing any confusion out there before anyone starts to hate on me for hating on the company. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1. Gem Rush. Firstly, what is Gem Rush? Well, to explain it briefly, it's basically gold.
Did they even like, we don't even have Gem Rush anymore. The biggest mistake from Supercell is not bringing Gem Rush back. Where is it? Like, what the heck? I didn't really think about it. What's going wrong, Supercell?
Rush and Crown Rush, but instead of gold or crowns, it's, well, gems.
Oh.
Every time you destroy a tower, you would get gems. The same as the other Rush events, just a different type of resource, you know? But lately, it seems not many people know of its existence. Where is it? When's the last time we had it in the game? It seems there's a more deeper reason why this special event hasn't showed up in ages. The last time this event ever showed up was in February 2018.
What? 4.5 years ago?
Nearly 2.5 years ago. To put that
what?
into perspective, Clan Wars still didn't exist, and geez, we've had Clan Wars for quite a while. Sadly, we don't exactly know why. Supercell hasn't really said anything about it, and yeah. It doesn't go without speculation though. Many people have said maybe it wasn't very good for the Clash Royale economy. Others have said that Supercell was losing money by having these events, so they decided to stop them. No one knows for sure. These might not be true, but they're just speculation. You know, everyone's going to have somewhat of a explanation of their own. At least trying to, you know? What we do know is that the chances of it coming back are pretty low. It wouldn't be a miracle, because it's already been in the game, but it would be a surprise to see it pop up.
It will never come back, guys.
Number 2. Emote muting. In 2016, Supercell announced that players would not be allowed to mute emotes.
What? Did they really do that? Adding an option to mute or delete emotes is highly requested change. However, we have no plans to implement this feature, and we want to explain why.
Here's what they said. Adding an option to mute or delete emotes is a highly requested change.
Lol,
however,
what?
We have no plans to implement this feature, and we want to explain why. They later explained that cards that evoke strong emotions are the best thing for Clash Royale. So if you love a card, someone else probably really hates it, and that's a good thing, I guess. This is the reason why emotes were here and you couldn't mute them. They said evoking strong emotions is at the heart of why we're not planning to implement a mute option. Emotes are loved by some and
aka just BM everyone who's playing like any deck.
hated by others. Even within the Clash Royale team, we believe these strong emotions are integral.
Emotes are loved by some. No, nobody loves emotes. Everyone nobody is sending emotes for there's some people saying good game and so on, but it's just like toxicity, man.
To the core of the game. After this post though, can you guess how the community responded to this not so well. Not many people agree with Supercell on this, like at all. In fact, them agreeing that some people will hate the emotes.
Imagine you cannot mute them. That would be crazy, like getting BM'd every single day from eBubs players.
Probably even made it worse. They got some big backlash and close to no support. My stance on this back in the day though, I didn't really care. I just watched, so yeah, it was pretty fun. But anyways, a couple months later, they made this post called Rethinking Emotes, where they announced that they'd be adding a mute button due to the community's response. Back then, we kinda all saw this coming, because after so much hate and begging Supercell to change.
Yeah, but the thing was, like, at least they were like open to change that. I feel like sometimes, or like right now in the game, even like with some backlash on the updates and also on the changes which the community wants to see, they're still not changing it.
Their mind, eventually, they're going to address the elephant in the room. I think Supercell made the right choice, and they handled it rather quickly. I mean, 2 months sounds like a while, but 2 months of not being able to meet emotes, that's not so bad. Number 3. $100 offer in the shop. When it comes to offers in the shop, how much is too much? Have you ever purchased a $5 pack? Me too, it wasn't that expensive, it's just $5, right? And they're usually worth it. But what about a $10 pack? Maybe $20?
Like, man, what are these great offers? Like, compared it to now!
$50?
Still great! Still great! I would buy that! You would buy that! If you have, like, if you want to spend money in Clash Royale.
See, now we're getting a bit too high and buying a $50 pack.
That's the thing. Like, this video is a bit some time ago, but like, compare this special offer. 50 US, nobody right now would complain about this. Everybody would be happy, would say, wow, that's a great offer. But like, did you see the Black Friday offer? They were saying like, the 120 with 6 times value, like 120 was like 720 euros worth it. There weren't even gems in there.
Like, it's kind of like buying an entire new game. If you think $50 is insane though, there was once a $100 pack.
And I'm gonna tell you, this $100 special offer is good. It was a good one. It's a good one. Like 8,000 gems plus 8 legendary king chests. Good offer. Like, oh.
And Clash Royale. Yeah, $100. Now Supercell tried it out, but it's a little weird. It was in rotation for what seems to be level 13 players in Arena 12 or above. That's a very specific player base, but yeah. It also appeared to be that it only popped up from September 2018 to August 2019. But one day it just randomly stopped being given to players. It was never heard of again, and nobody ever saw it again, and nobody ever talked.
I miss it. I miss it really. Now we got like the really horrible offers
about it again. Supercell never even said anything about it or acknowledged that it even existed. There's probably a reason for this, and I can't confirm any of them, but I do have some theories. Firstly, I think it didn't sell well. I mean, besides YouTubers making videos on it, how many people actually bought this? No one really knows the number,
they're still bringing
but it might be low.
They're still bringing this type of offers. Like,
$100 is no joke. Also, it was probably low in numbers because it only appeared for players at level 13 over Arena 12, and most players aren't there. The story of this offer is rather mysterious and filled with holes. We don't have much information on it sadly, and that's about all we know. There was another offer similar to this one on Black Friday, but we can exclude that one. It seems like Supercell was testing the...
That was a Black Friday offer? Dude, what happened to Black Friday, dude?
But maybe it just didn't work out for them. However, many people have pointed out this picture. This pack costing over $300. Unfortunately though, I regret to inform you, it's actually not over $300. That is in Mexican pesos. That converts to about, well, $20. It wasn't over $300.
Debated.
Others have also mentioned this one, and again, it's a different currency that equals to about 100 US. That is the same Black Friday deal we just mentioned. So, yeah. Number 4. The Executioner and Witch rework. On November 21st, 2019, Supercell made a post titled Reverting the
We can also add Monk and Phoenix to the list, like bringing them out.
Executioner and which changes. But before we discuss this, what got them to this point? Why did they have to apologize? What happened? It all started during the Season 3 balance changes. So it was announced that the Executioner was getting a rework with these changes, and the Witch as well, practically losing her area damage. This wasn't final though, as there was an emergency nerf the last second before the balance changes went live. So you can already tell things weren't going well. The community
They emergency nerfed the Executioner and was still by far the best card ever.
hated the new changes, so Supercell was forced to take it back a bit. This went on for a while. The Executioner and Witch got a lot of changes during this time. It turned out that wasn't enough though, and for a few months it was a nightmare. There was even a petition to revert the changes back. And that's exactly what happened. In this post, they stated the Witch and Executioner reworks were designed to get these cards into a solid winning position. But what we learn is that the metagame isn't so fun when tough, high damage range attackers are prevalent. In the next update coming this month, we have two major changes to walk back aspects of the recent reworks. So yeah, people didn't like the rework. It kind of turned into an Executioner Royale type of game. And the Witch, well, she lost.
Everybody was playing it. Like, Lava Hound was dead at the time.
One of her unique abilities. It was a horrible move. I can't blame Supercell though, because they were just trying to change things up a bit. After all, that's what we always ask for. We ask for new things. We ask them to change things up a bit. And they took that risk, but it just didn't work out this time. Number 5. Elite Barbarian launch and Royal Giant buff. I've combined these two together because they're sorta similar. These two cards were very OP at one point, and it was nerfed many times. But let's discuss them briefly one at a time. So the Royal Giant first. It was added back in Clash Royale's infancy. It was a terrible card. Nobody used it, and you know, it was a bad card. But then Supercell gave it some love, probably too much. It received a damage increase of 20%.
How the heck can you bring a damage increase by 20% to a card? Like, whoa!
Following it with a range increase later on. These two changes made it extremely powerful, and this went on for a while. Even after so many nerfs, it just couldn't be stopped. It was even made into a joke in the 2v2 chat. For a couple of years, it was slowly nerfed, and then in early 2018, it was given its last blow, which made it an okay card. You know, nowadays, it's not that big of a deal to deal with the Royal Giant. But we'll never forget the times where this card dominated the game, and Supercell took forever to fix the issue. Next up though, the Elite Barbarians. These two fellas have some bad history. It was added in November 2016, and it was an okay card. Maybe a bit too OP. But out of nowhere, this card received a buff. Yes, buff. As if it wasn't already hard to deal with, a buff. Clearly this didn't go well. I mean, if you were playing back in late 2016 and early 2017, you'll know how bad it was. You know how much hate this card had, and you know how much fire Clash Royale was under. It was terrible. I mean, just terrible. Now for the next 6 months after this buff, it slowly got nerfed. The same situation as the Royal GG. Very OP to the point where it needed multiple nerfs over months. After that, it was an okay card. But did Supercell really need that long to fix these cards? I'm not even sure. These two cards will go down in history as the worst card buffs of all time. Number 6.
Of course, yeah.
Season 8. Now, I'm a strong believer that every season is great, but I can't lie, not all have been extremely worth it. There were tons of Reddit posts and YouTube videos reacting to Season 8 in particular though, saying that it was lazy and a copy of Season 3. In my opinion, I don't consider that season to have been lazy or trash. I feel like they just needed more time to work on bigger and better content, and that's acceptable. But I do agree that it somewhat felt like a repeat of Season 3.
Bro, like, I'm honest, isn't like every season a repeat of any season, or like... I don't know. I
don't even think I bought the pass that month. I don't want to hate on Supercell, but you can ask anybody, and they'll probably say that Season 8 was their least favorite one.
I don't want to like complain, but didn't we have like Return to Legendary like 10 seasons?
Or at least they can agree that it was the most generic one. Not gonna lie though, the memes were pretty funny, so
Return to legendary,
it made
man.
up
Like,
for
that's a
it.
meme.
Number 7. The Ice Golem Rocket Glitch. Now this glitch goes all the way back to the Ice Golem's launch. It was October 2016 and man, it kind of feels like this was sooner, but no, it was actually all the way in 2016. The Ice Golem was a new card. Everything was going well until
I just really like the concept.
it wasn't. There was a game-breaking glitch, and when I say game-breaking, I actually mean that, because a lot of people say game-breaking and they're just
That's so cool.
trying to emphasize something, but no, this is literally game-breaking. If a player dropped an Expo, let's say, and then an Ice Golem next to it, if the enemy were to rocket that Expo, the outcome would be that the Ice Golem would be taken out, but the
Monk?
Expo was left completely untouched. The Expo was pretty much invisible. It may not seem like a huge deal, but to think that the Expo was sort of meta at the time, and we didn't have all the cards we have today, this happened quite a lot, and it made the ladder kind of unreliable. And also, we only had ladder, so there was no 2v2, there was no clan wars, there was none of that, no party button. All we had was ladder and, well, challenges, but can you really count that in? So when was the glitch fixed? Was it quick? Well, kind of, but no. For the gravity of the situation, it wasn't resolved quick. It took about a month, and over time, yes, people learned to not bring rockets anymore because it was
but even like if you learn to not, like, you still need to. What the heck?
kind of useless. Everyone was bringing their mini P.E.K.K.A. and Expo, because I do believe that it worked with other troops as well, not just the Expo, so everyone was bringing anything with an Ice Golem. This was, of course,
Ice Golem Hawk, you can't walk. Oh, dude.
used by many to have an advantage, and it just wasn't a great time to be playing in October of 2016. So yeah, we'll never forget this, and the fact that it took quite a while to fix kind of made it worse. Number 8. Crown farming. You could once farm crowns with a private tournament.
I remember the time.
I don't blame Supercell for wanting to remove this and never talking about it again, because I mean, it was basically an exploit. A shortcut, if you want to call it that. It was used to gain crowns with no effort. Basically, this was back when the clan chest was still in the game.
Yeah.
Since crowns from battles counted
I also did it.
towards a clan chest, there was a need for tons of crowns. Players quickly found out that you could get crowns from private tournaments. And everyone quickly started to make videos, people were using it, and it just kind of broke the system. Just create a tournament with your friends and farm those crowns. It's that easy. On the other hand though, people complained that it should have been kept in the game because private tournaments at the time cost quite a bit of gems. So you were technically paying for crowns.
Yeah, okay.
Was it truly worth it though? I don't know. What I do know is that it's been long forgotten and it will probably never come
I miss
back.
clan chess.
And I'm fine with that. So guys, I think that should be it for this.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Like, what is in your opinion, guys, I would say, like, the biggest mistake Supercell ever did? Is it slash royale, which is not in the video there since the video's a bit older? What's your opinion? I really want to know your opinion. Also, did Dave, like, is there like something I forgot? He forgot, and also make sure to check out his YouTube channel. We had a ton of fun reacting to this one. I think it's a really, really fun one. Also, let me know if you guys want to see me reacting to another video. But I'm out. Thanks for watching, and goodbye, guys.